Welcome to a morning stretch. We have about 30 minutes today. We're going to start standing today. My name's Michelle, for those of you that don't know me. So we're going to actually just start by kind of loosening up those joints a little bit. So let's go ahead and roll those ankles around and just loosen everything up. Going to get those toes in there, go the other direction. So we're just going to wake that body up. We're going to hit every body part today, a little bit of everything. I want you guys to know that if you ever have requests, please let me know because I am here for you. And shake it out. Go ahead and roll those shoulders back. Just loosen up all those joints here. And roll the other direction. Open up that back. Just roll those shoulders forward. Shake anything out. Very gently take it ear to shoulder. And I want you to remember as we go from side to side or any of our movements, just transition nice and slow. There's no rush. And stretching is just stretching. It's not pulling. So if you're feeling any type of pulling sensation or any discomfort, please let it go a little bit. So just loosening everything out. Shake it out. Take a chin to chest. I want you to stand nice and tall when you're in this position. And just very lightly, right to left, just rocking back and forth. You can soften your knees. And while you're here, let's kind of think about what our body feels like. What's tight? What needs to be really worked on? And then hold it chin to chest to let any of that stress just come out. Take a breath. Exhale. Shake it out. We even carry stuff in our wrists, so we're going to just kind of flip back and forth and use those arms. Any of you that are on the computer a lot or you're texting a lot, other side. Good morning if you're just joining us. Good afternoon if you're logging in later. And roll it around. Just shake it out. Yeah. All right, loosen it up. So you can have a block if you'd like. I have one here. I'll demonstrate sometimes. But if you have a hard time reaching to your toes, you can use that block. So you can have it here. You can have it here. Maybe you need a few of them. That's completely fine. So let's take a big breath. Open up those arms to your side and just working on the side body again. Just sort of moving, getting some blood flow first. So working on that adrenaline, working on our endorphins. Just everything, getting that blood flow circulating through our body is what's going to help. So when we're stagnant, we just sit. That's how we get stiff, right? And then you start getting stiff, then you get stiffer because you're like, I don't want to move. So the more we move, the better we feel. Hold it over to one side. You can place your hand on your hip if you like. Reach those fingertips. Press that hip just slightly up to side. Draw your shoulder blade back. Inhale through over to the other side. Big reach. Take that shoulder blade, open it up, but let your shoulders sink away from your ear. Remember, hand on the hip if you'd like. Whatever feels good. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale one more time. Over. And if you want to take that back arm, bring it behind you, you can. Inhale through the center to the other side. Option to have your arm behind you. Reach your fingertips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Bring your arms forward. I'm going to go at a slight angle here so you can see we're going to round our upper back. Draw your belly button in. So a little pelvic tilt here. And then reach it. I want you to feel your shoulder blades open up. So opening up through your upper back. And if you want to wiggle a little bit, that's okay. When we wiggle, it's just very gentle. We don't want to do anything real bouncy. Just kind of still opening up and then maybe make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to go across the body. You can keep going kind of across the body. I want you to tilt that pelvis forward to support that lower back so you can soften your knee. Oh, just feel that upper back stretching out. Hold it over to one side for me, please. Reach over. Slightly lean the opposite direction. So we're going to reach to your right or your left and then lean the opposite direction. Feel free to just let your head rest down. Slowly take it to the center. Take your time. Shift your weight over to the other side and shift your weight the opposite direction of your arms. And into the center, drop your arm. Let your head still hang heavy, let your shoulders round forward like they were, and then just wiggle your arms. Kind of monkey those arms down. Now we're gonna very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, soften your knees, slowly lower down. Now as you start lowering down, soften the knees, start hinging at the hip. Take your time in each position. Just slow, 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 slow. Abs are in. Oh, remember, we're going to hinge at the hip. That's going to help you fall down and just relax your arms. Now, maybe your arms don't reach the ground. That's okay. You can use your blocks. All right? Or if you're up here and you're really hinging, you're like, this is as far as I can go, that's okay. Let everything hang. I want you to feel the gravity pulling you down. But notice that hinge in the hip, all right? That's where that stretch comes through the hamstrings and low back. Now just shake your head out a little bit. Feel the gravity pulling your body. So if your arms are hanging, let's grab our elbows. And maybe you still want to grab your elbows even if you're holding on. So I want you just to let everything sink towards the mat. And the top of your head is facing the ground. Now soften your knees a little bit. Rest your belly on your thighs. Feel that stretch go deeper through your lower back. And we're going to gently rock from right to left. So same thing. I just kind of want you to see the different angles that we're in here so you can really get an idea of what's happening and you don't have to look at your screen. So we're just rocking back and forth. You're relaxing your head. Feel the side of your back just opening up, everything going. Hold it in the center when you're done. Take a breath. Release your hands. Place them on your thighs, or you can just ragdoll yourself up to a standing position. Take your time, take your time. Roll your shoulders, shake everything out. Let's open the hips and rock from side to side. So now getting through those inner thighs and hips. Feels really good. Again, moving is gonna help us here. All right, so more active stretching and then we hold. Let's hold it over to one side. You can have your hands on your thighs. Just make sure they're not resting on those knees, hyperextending. So just kind of on those thighs up top, right at that crease. Feel that inner thigh. Maybe if you're tight through the outer thigh on this side. Slowly switch, take your time. Over to the other side. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Open up that chest. I hope you guys are feeling great today. If you're a little bit under the weather, or maybe just kind of pushed yourself to show up today, I'm really proud of you. I know it's hard sometimes, but I promise when you are done, you will be so happy. You'll feel so good just rolling those hips around. Roll them the other way. Just really get some range of motion through those hips. Shake it all out. Let's bring those arms and legs down. Shake everything out. Take another assessment here. You already can feel that blow flow. Everything feels really good. Take a big breath for me. We're going to work on some forward folds here. Exhale, take it to your forward fold. Hold it here. Just relax. Oh, downward doggy. See, my doggy does yoga. Hold it here. Feel that stretch the hamstrings, wiggle a little bit. Inhale, halfway up. So we're going to place our hands on our shins, and we're going to look forward. Hold it right here. Look forward. Exhale. Now you know why they call it downward dog. Look at my doggy. Exhale, hold it. Good. So what we're going to do here is if you need a block, you can have a block. Take your hand and place it on a block. You don't need the block. But I'm going to go at a slight angle so you can see what's happening here. I'm going to place my left hand in between both feet. And you can do your right hand. Bend your right knee. So opposite hand down, opposite knee. Lift that right arm up. So right knee is bent, right arm is up. Twist here. Now we're going to keep this knee bent, but what I want you to try to do is extend your hip up to the sky. So feel that stretch. Sophie, don't do that. And reach up. Slowly release it. So you should have felt that all the way through the hip going down the side of your thigh. Now just hold and bend the knees. All right, so let's switch sides. We're going to take our right hand in between our legs. Left knee bends. And then take your left hand and reach it up. So your left heel is off the ground. Now, keep your left heel off the ground. Try to lift your left hip up to the sky. Feel that stretch. Keep going. Feel that stretch happen right through that hip. So the heel is up. Lift up. Feel that stretch go all the way down the side of your hip. Probably right into the connector, the back of the knee. And if it bothers your neck, just look straight forward. Keep your spine straight. Slowly release. Let's hold it in our forward fold. Soften the knees. Bend it. Feel that stretch to the back. Inhale. Ragdoll yourself up to a standing position. Just use your hands. Take your time. Push the hips forward. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Realign that spine. Exhale, open your feet. And just like we did before, rock side to side. And we're going to do that again with a little bit of a variation each time that we can get a little bit deeper into that stretch. Hold it over to one side. Now again, since we're switching it up each time, you can take your block or just place it on your thigh and you can twist over. You can have your arm up or down. A little deeper through that inner thigh, right? Slowly take your time, come on up. Over to the other side. And you can use your block and hold it here. Or you can just place your hand on your thigh, use your hand a little bit to twist. You can have your hand up whatever feels good. Slowly release it, take it into center. Come on up. Ah, awesome. Let's bring those feet back together. All right, so we're gonna do that forward fold again with a little twist. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come down. If you need to take a break, please feel free to take a break. I'm just gonna go this way so you can see again. Excellent. Right hand is between those legs. Bend that left knee. So opposite hand, opposite knee. And then let's bring that left arm up. So we're getting a nice twist through the spine, opening up that back. And then again, getting right through the hamstring on that straight leg and the glute. So multi-function stretch here. Now while that heel is up, lift that hip up to the sky. Keep that heel up, but try to straighten that leg. It's okay if it doesn't. And if you're up here, this is fine too. Okay, whatever feels good to you. Slowly release it, hold it center, shake it out if you need to. Hold it down, bend those knees, open up your lower back. All right, lift it slightly up. Left hand comes in center, right knee lifts, right heel, and let's take that right hand up. Remember, if it bothers to have your hand up, you can have your hand on your hip. So many options. So the nice thing is, this is for everybody. There's ways to modify. Press that hip up, straighten that leg, really get into that hip. When your hips are tight, that pulls on your knees, changes the alignment in your walk, in your stance, which affects the rest of your body. Slowly release back to center. So it's important that we create the straight alignment in the body. Bend the knees, slowly round, and roll up. Roll your shoulders, shake it out. Big inhale, straighten up that spine. Feels good just to wiggle a little bit. Open it up. Open those feet. We're going to keep that block nearby here. Go ahead and just wiggle right and left. Take your time. So we always want to counterbalance. If we stretch the front of the body, we want to stretch the back. We stretch the outside, we want to stretch the inside. So whatever works, we want to make sure that we're doing both. All right, so let's hold it here. We're going to hold the feet wide. Take a breath, reach it up. Now we're going to keep our feet nice and wide, and we're going to go to that same forward fold, but I really want you to hinge at the hip. So keep your legs as straight as you can without locking your knees. Take it down. So if this is as far as you can go, then the arms drop. So notice how your feet are wide, but your back is flat. Okay? Shift your weight towards your heels. So maybe you even want to emphasize kind of flexing those toes a little bit. All right? Hold it here. Now really push that tailbone back and shift back. Feel that stretch go from the back of the knee all the way into the hip, but notice it's closer to the inside of your leg here, right? We did the outside, but I want you to pay attention. Right now, it's closer to the inside, right? Because you're shifting back and your legs are wide. What I want you to do is shift your weight slightly over to the right. So if your feet are wide and your hips are back, still shift your weight over to one side. So depending on what screen you're watching, you just kind of shift your weight over to one side. Notice that stretch. Go right in the outside, still the back of the leg. And then outside, and then going up into that hip here. Just feels really good. Keep your back straight. So if you have issues with your head coming down, lift up a little higher so your head is above your heart, or at least in line with your heart. We're really focusing on the leg here, okay? So if your spine is straight, deeper stretch through the leg. All right, so let's just very gently, if you need to wiggle out, you can. Switch to the other side. Again, if you need to come down or up, whatever works, back stays flat no matter what. Shift your weight. So now your weight is on the other leg, pushing your hip off to the side. Feel that stretch go right to the back of the leg, but kind of on the outside. So if you were to split the back of your thigh into outside, middle, inside, but still the back, we're on the outside right here. Take it to center. We're gonna drop our knees down, but turn your toes out. Turn your toes out. So we want our toes and our knees in line, so we stretch the outside. Let's get to the inner thigh. You can have your hands on your blocks or on your thighs. Turn your toes out more if you need to, and drop down. Now you could be up here, so it depends on where you're at. Make sure your shoulders aren't shrugging into your ears. So drop, relax. So you could be here. You can get low. If you really want to get low and drop the hips down, you can. That feels really good on your low back. But if your knees don't let you do that, stay up here and just push your thighs wide. Okay, so whatever works for you. Now you can wiggle right and left a little bit. Watch those knees. Again, whatever feels good to you. You could be up here. Doing the same thing, we're still working through the inner thigh. And then very slowly, however you need to, your legs might be shaking. Woo. All right, notice right through that front of the hip is a little tight. So let's get into that. We're gonna turn one direction. You guys can stay forward so you can see your screen. I'll show you both ways so you can see. So we're gonna take one leg back, one leg forward. Rotate your hips forward. All right, so pelvic tilts forward. Drop that back heel. So it looks like this, leg back. We wanna rotate our hips forward. So make sure you're not sticking that booty back. Rotate, so that back knee bends. Notice the toes, right? You're curling the toes. I want you to sink into that back heel a little bit too, and you'll get a deep stretch to the calf. And then push those hips forward. Maybe you're already here. It feels really good through the front, all the way down the front of the quad. So we did back, inside, outside, right? And now we're doing the front. Breathe, you can reach your arms up, big stretch. Working on some balance here too, a little bit of strength. Now while we're here, let's lean into that front leg, press your back heel down. Now you don't want to lock that back knee, but I want you to try to straighten that back leg a little bit. And that back foot needs to be facing whatever your forward is. All right, whichever direction forward is for you, make sure your foot isn't turned at an angle. Okay, so we really want to get right through that calf. Excellent. However you need to come up, you can just bring that chest up, walk your feet, shake it all out. Awesome. Got the front, down the quad, calf, hip, everything works. So we're gonna do the other side. So we're gonna bring that other leg back. Okay, I'm gonna show you both directions. Other leg back. Rotate the hips forward. Drop down. Good. So I'm gonna show you at an angle here. Rotate the hips. Drop down. Now notice if the toes are the only thing holding you back, let that heel sink back. Feel that stretch of the calf. Maybe reset that hip a little bit. Breathe. Everything is facing your forward, whichever way that is. Reach those arms up if you'd like. Work on your balance and your strength. Maybe you bend a little deeper as we open through the front of that hip and quad. You guys are doing awesome. You should be proud of yourself for showing up. It's the hardest part. Exhale, let's lean forward onto that thigh. Press that back heel down. Again, make sure your toes are still facing forward. If you feel them turning, you won't get the stretch to your calf, okay? We really want to focus on the back of that calf. Remember alignment. We want everything to be nice and straight. Oh, it feels so good. And then however you need to come on up, easiest way is just bring that chest up, step in, shake it all out. So we did the back of the calf while we're still standing, then we're gonna take it down onto the ground, is we are going to do one of my favorite stretches for my feet. Is take your foot, and we do this one a lot, and flip your toes underneath. So you don't want your toes flexed. You want your toes curled. And what we're gonna do here is we're stretching, imagine this is my foot, we're gonna sit into our calf. All right, so notice that my toes are curled and I'm stretching the front of your foot. So if this was the front of my foot, I feel a stretch right through that ankle and then up through the front of my shin. If you guys have shin splints or compartment syndrome, a lot of people have that from running or skating or whatever, something with a lot of impact. This is a great stretch. Come up, shake it out. I'll go this way so you can see. So we're gonna flip our toes under, right? So we're curling the toes here. I'm on my non-balanced legs, so we're gonna hold it here and then sit into it. So if you ever need to, you can always hold onto a wall. If we're doing something with balance, and just sit into that calf, open up that front of the shin. Oh, this feels so good. Abs are still engaged. Awesome. I hope you guys feel great. Everything is just circulating here. Shake it out. Awesome. One big inhale, we're gonna take it down on the ground. Exhale, shake everything out. All right, let's take it down into a seated position here. And we're gonna go into a little butterfly. So open up those knees. Now, if you have a blanket, and you wanna sit on a blanket, that really helps. I didn't bring my blanket out today, so I can't really show you. But we're gonna lift up. Actually, stay right there. I'm gonna show you with a pillow because the pillow is just as good. So stay right there. All right, I hope you guys are feeling awesome. I'm just coming over here for a sec and grabbing my pillow. So with a pillow, same thing. You can sit on it, and what it does is help straighten that spine. So notice how it allows my hips to kind of push back and then it straightens my spine. So if you have a pillow, go grab one real quick. So let's hold it in the butterfly. If it bothers your knees, have them a little bit farther. All right? Grab your ankles, your shins, or you can peace sign your fingers right into your toes here if you can reach. But back is straight. All right, so we're gonna point our elbows in towards our waist and then use our hands to lift that chest forward. So it's not about how far you go. I really wanna open up right through your hips, and you're gonna feel this also through your glutes if you're tight there too. So, elbows in, push forward, this feels so good. Now pay attention to where the stretch is right now with that back straight. It's all hips, outer thigh, inner thigh, everything through the hips. Round your shoulders slowly and take your time as you come on down. Now notice how the stretch goes into that low back now, right? So right in the center of that back, you're still feeling it through your hips, but with the back rounded, it changes, and they're both really good stretches, so we wanna make sure we do both. Take a breath. Feel that gravity just letting your shoulders fall down. So I like to put my elbows right under my shoulders so that adds a little bit extra weight. You can have a block. And if you're way up here, you can even have them on your feet. Hold it here. Okay, so whatever works for you. Take your time as you come on up. Awesome, bring those knees in. Let's extend those legs straight out. You can still stay sitting on that blanket. I'm gonna go to slight angle again so that my feet aren't just in your face and you can see what's happening. Back is completely straight. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let's reach to those toes. Now it's okay if you just get to your knees or your shins or your thighs, but the back is straight. Think of this as like you're halfway up when we're standing, right? Really pushing that tailbone back and your chest up and forward. Now round your shoulders and take it down. Notice the stretch change. It shifts up higher and around the glutes into your lower back. And take your time as you slowly come on up. Awesome job. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get off of your blanket or pillow or whatever it is, and we're gonna take our time rolling down onto your back. So we're gonna finish off here, just slowly releasing. So we have gotten shoulders, hips, outer thigh. We've gotten pretty much everything today. What we're gonna do is finish off with that back. So knees are open. I want your knees nice and wide. So they're resting actually on the outside of your rib cage, and do whatever you want with your feet. And slowly release it. Awesome. We're gonna bend the knees and we're gonna take our arms out to a T, so straight out to the side, and just take your knees over to one side. Now you can hold it here, look over your shoulder. If you'd like to take that top arm or that arm and just place it on that top leg, you could do that. And it's okay if your shoulder doesn't touch the ground. Just open the chest. This feels really good on your shoulders and your chest. And release the arm, bring those knees back to center, hug it. Feel free to rock back and forth, get a little massage. And then we're gonna go the other direction. So arms out to a T, take those knees out, looking over your shoulder. Remember, you can take that arm and just gently place it on that thigh. Not too much, just enough where it gives you a little bit more stretch. Just let it go. Take your breath. Slowly release it. Bring those knees back to center. Take your time. Rock back and forth. Let's do little circles. And we're going to finish off really opening up to the chest and shoulders here. So go ahead and we're going to roll on to our belly. So roll onto your belly here. Take a breath. And we're going to take our arms out to a T. And it really just, we're going to do one side. I'll flip over the other way. But what we're going to do, so let's start with, I'm going to say my right arm, but whatever side is fine. So make sure your hand is in line with your shoulder here. Make sure it's not above your shoulder. Make sure it's not below. So straight in line, and just keep your head neutral. We're gonna take that other hand and we're gonna actually roll back. And I'm gonna show you this way because it's a little bit easier, but I'll also show you, I'll flip over. So palm faces down. Slowly roll and open. Now, maybe this is as far as you can go. Maybe you can open, or you can take that leg and open up the hip and really open the hips as well. Now that top arm, you can either have on the ground or you can have on your hip or behind you. Okay, so this is what it looks like, that direction. I'll show you what it looks like the other direction, just so you can see. No, wait. Oh, so it would be here, and then we'd be opening up. So I'm doing the same arm. Rest your head on the ground, and then open up. So my arm is behind me. The arm is in line with your shoulder, very important. And then this arm can be, so I'm doing the same side as I was before, just the other direction so you can see what it looks like. But we're really stretching through the shoulders. And a year ago, I could barely even do this. Had a really tight shoulder. And so just slowly kind of taking my time practicing, lengthening, and I don't have shoulder issues anymore because of this. So definitely works, but you've got to listen to your body. Slowly release it out, shake it out. Now before we do the other side, just take your arms into your side, lift yourself, and just very slowly sit back into a child's pose. And you can have your knees together or slightly apart, and just stretch. And if this bothers your knees, just stretch out that back. All right, let's take it back onto our belly. This is our last stretch here. Take it down. We're on the other arm. So the other arm, palms down. Make sure your palm is down. Make sure your arm and your shoulder are in line. Rest your head. Roll it open. Now again, you could be here. You could be on your side. You could have your arm and your leg back. So whatever is the best for you. I'm going to flip so that I'm facing you guys. But same thing, so you can see that arm. Okay, and then this arm, just hold your stretch. We want to hold it, and you can open up if you'd like. You can bring that arm behind you, or you can use that hand a little bit just for support. If this bothers your back, remember you can drop down. So whatever works for your hips and your back. Oh, take a breath. Sometimes as you exhale, I don't want you to push too hard. You can open the chest a little more. This is such a good stretch for your shoulders. Opens up your chest, helps with your alignment in your back as well. So if we're really tight through the chest, we round the shoulders. When we round the shoulders, we round our back. So again, alignment is huge. Slowly take it back onto the back or onto your belly. Arms at your side. Push yourself slowly into a child's pose. Open the knees and just sit right here. Nice big stretch. This is how we're going to finish our morning or afternoon if you're logging in later. Press that chest towards your thighs. Press your armpits towards the mat. And then slowly shift your weight forward. Take your time. Nice little 30-minute. We got all the way from head to toe. Sit however you're comfortable. Roll those shoulders back. Take it ear to shoulder. Let your arms hang to your side. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. You know, the hard part is really showing up, but then I know when you're home, it's hard to stay focused. So that's why I really like the 20, 30-minute workouts. You get it in even if you focus, you do something else, and then come back and do another one. But you guys are doing great, chin to chest. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me, any suggestions. I am here for you. So are my other instructors. What comes up? Hands and Heart Center. If you'd like an online full body workout, there's a link. You're welcome to click it and get a free members only workout. The light in me honors the light in you. More importantly, badass in me honors the badass in you. You guys are awesome. Have a great day. Bye. All right.